Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Got a lot of information tonight on the show and news about the Buccaneers OTAs over at One Buck Place that are taking place right now. This is a chance for them all to get together as far as the rookies and the veterans and go out and run around in non-contact drills for the next 5 days over at One Buck Place. If you are able to get out there and participate, most all of our draft picks and undrafted free agents are out there, plus the veterans from last year's campaign. It's a good time to just watch them run the routes and get to know each other, get to know the new coaches, get to know the playbook, the facility. For a lot of them that haven't been at the facility over at One Buck Place, they can get out there and get acclimated to what it's going to be like in June and July when we really get going in training camp. But it does give them a chance to mingle with the veterans and the new coaches and the new players that came in with their class and get acclimated at One Buck Place. So it's a good practice. There's not many injuries, thankfully, because there's no real contact. Maybe a few pulled hamstrings, but not many major injuries anyhow. So it's a good time. It started yesterday. It will continue Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, and it'll be over by Friday. I think they might have a walkthrough on Saturday. I'm not for sure. But it's a good time. OTAs at One Buck Place for the Buccaneers. As far as that goes, that's about the extent of the Tampa Bay Buccaneer news. Other than I'd like to tell everyone here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy, one of our 76ers has been here from the start. JD let me know minutes before the show about Raising the Flag, the 8-part documentary series on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, an exquisite series, by the way, for all you Buck fans to get out there and watch the beginning from Hugh Cloverhouse purchasing the team until today, and with all the old players and interviews with the players, you get to know the backstory of the Buccaneers, the history of the Buccaneers. It'll be on at 8 o'clock Eastern Time to 10 o'clock tonight on the NFL Network, tomorrow night, and Friday night. There's 8 actual series, 8 one-hour segments, and they play 2 a night. Last night they had the first 2, and now they will have the number 3 and number 4 tonight, and onward and onward and onward till it is over with. But thank you, JD, for letting me know that, so I could let all the Buck fans of Buck Nation and Sports Talk with the Cowboy get a part of watching that show, because it is a tremendous show. Raising the Flags, NFL Network. Tune it in, learn about your Buccaneers, learn about the old guys, the middle of our history, and now our present-day players. It gives you a great perspective of the team. As far as any other NFL news, Aaron Rodgers signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. $25 million. He'll be quarterbacking the Steelers 1 more year. He says this definitely will be his last year. So there's $25 million quarterback going in with Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers, we know he was going to come sooner or later, and he finally came. But other than that, no major news other than Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end, buying a minority stake of the Cleveland Guardian baseball team with all of his millions of dollars. Before his marriage to Taylor Swift, he took that money and invested it in buying in the Cleveland Guardian baseball team. I think he got 10% of the team. That's about as much NFL news of major merit has been going on over the Memorial Day weekend. As far as the Tampa Bay Rays, we lost the 3rd straight game last night to the Baltimore Orioles 6-1. We lost 2-0 Sunday against the Yankees, and we lost Monday against the Baltimore Orioles also. So we're on a 3-game slide, and we got to go ahead and win this game tonight and get out of Baltimore with at least 1 game. We've been committing a lot of errors. Our pitching's been okay, but we've just not been able to, when batters and runners are in scoring position, bring them around and have them score. We've left a lot of them on base. So as far as the Rays goes, they're still 34-18. They're still leading the American League East. They're on a tremendous run, but they just got to get this kind of shooken off the loss to the Yankees. The Saturday game against the Yankees in that series before Memorial Day was rained out. So the Friday night first game, we won that game against the Yankees. So we're still leading the division by 3 or 4 games, and there's 160 to go, and we're at about 45 to 50. So we got a long way to go down here, but we need to get this funk shook off and some of these throwing errors shook off, these playing errors. I think we had 4 or 5 errors last night. The cutoff men aren't where they're supposed to be. We got to get it cleaned up and get out there and win this game tonight, and maybe we get the funk off of us and get back on a roll. We'll be coming back home to Tampa this weekend, so that will give everybody a chance to get back home and see their loved ones and get in their own bed, and maybe that'll shake them back to getting to playing some good baseball like they were when they went up to New York and won that opening game against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. As far as the Lightning, no news on the Lightning. It's over for the year, and they're out enjoying themselves. Going to NASCAR, as you have heard by now, Kyle Busch has died at 41 years old. Unexpectedly, he caught pneumonia, and within a week, he caught sepsis, and he passed out at the training facility. They rushed him to the hospital, and within 24 hours, he was dead. Kyle Busch, two-time NASCAR champion, leaves behind two children, daughter and son Braxton, and a wife, a young man, 41 years old, struck down by what he thought apparently was a cold. I really can't imagine that he didn't have a physician that knew that he had pneumonia and was giving him blood tests or whatever. I mean, he was a millionaire, a multimillionaire. Apparently he didn't. Maybe he told his physician to go away. I don't know the circumstances, but I do know Kurt Busch, great Kurt Busch, and his brother and Kyle have been a part of NASCAR for a long time. But Kyle Busch, instrumental in NASCAR in all three series, is dead at 41. So we pray for his family and pray for the NASCAR family, because they really are a family. They travel together, they live together, they learn and grow together with their children. They truly are a family. And so to lose one of their patriarchs the way that it's happened right before Memorial Day weekend was an absolute blow. And we pray for every single one of them. So moving on from NASCAR, the Indianapolis 500 took place on Sunday, and Felix Rosenqvist from Sweden won it. And right down to the end race where David Malukas and him were front end of the car, he actually pulled his car away, took off the air a little bit, and won by half of a nose of an Indy car to win the Indianapolis 500, the greatest race of all races in automobiles. Felix Rosenqvist, winner of the Indianapolis 500 on Sunday. So congratulations to him, and he makes the third Swedish driver to win the Indianapolis 500, by the way. So David Malukas has nothing to be ashamed of. He cried and cried and cried after the race, but he's a young fella. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and God bless him for having some emotion, some heart. And he almost won. I mean, I know coming in second and racing is the first loser, but he didn't lose by very, very much. And you couldn't have told me that going down to that back stretch to go to that finish line who was going to win. And Rosenqvist just took his car away from his car just a tad to get by him. I didn't even know Rosenqvist wanted to show me in slow motion, to be honest with you. That's how close they were. So congratulations on that race. Great race. 350,000 people there at the Indianapolis 500. Great race. If you want the greatest race in all automobile, it's the Indianapolis 500, no question. Want the greatest golf tournament of all time? The Masters, no question. They are undoubtedly, in their sports, the greatest of the great. So congratulations to them. And tonight I'm going to take your questions. And the first question was about Kyle Busch. Did I think he knew he had pneumonia? I don't know that he knew he had pneumonia or not. I know a week and a half before at Watkins Glen, New York, on the road course, he asked the pit crew to have a doctor in the pits. I knew he was being treated. The following week, he went to Dover, Delaware, and won the truck race. And what was the irony about him winning that truck race was when they asked him, did he get tired of winning, he told the reporter in his last winning circle interview, just less than a week before he died, you don't know when you'll ever get back here. Yes, I appreciate everyone, because you don't know when you or if you will ever get back here. That was kind of eerie to know that just a few days later he would pass. But yes, it's going to be a tough situation. I think Austin Hill will go ahead and take over for him. They've taken his car number 8 out, Richard Childress Racing, and have said that Braxton, his son, Braxton Busch, will race the number 8 when he gets old enough. He's right now in the smaller cars. He's 11 or 12 years old, but he's a good racer. And he'll be running for Richard Childress one day, and he'll run his daddy's car. His daddy's car ain't going to run until he gets there. So that's what's going on in the Richard Childress. And Austin Hill, I believe, will take a number 33 car and run it for Richard Childress in place of him the rest of the season. This is what I think will happen anyhow. we'll keep you posted on what's going on out there in NASCAR. The next question is, do I think the Rays have enough pitches to make it to the end and be in the playoffs? And I think the Rays do have enough pitching. They got Kimbrel from the Mets. He was a free agent. He's one of the 4th all-time relievers in in Major League Baseball history. And he was a free agent from the Mets. We picked him up. Now he's 42 years old, so we don't expect a lot out of him, but we picked up another 40-year-old guy at one time here in the Tampa Bay area, and he did pretty good for us. And he's just a reliever, Kimbrel is. He'll just come in and throw a couple innings. Last night he threw a couple innings, and he struck out 2. One man got a hit on him, and then on the 4th batter, it was a pop-up fly. So he'd only got in the uniform not very long, and he went out there and did an inning. So he'll be able to help us a little bit, but I think our pitching will be okay. We have some coming off the injured reserve, but we do have pitching. But we needed some help in the bullpen. And you know, when you pull your pitcher at 5th and 6th inning, you got the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And if they're only going 1 inning, that means you're going to need 3 guys. And if you're going past the 9th, then you're going to need another guy. Okay, that's how you rolls. So you need a bullpen, and Kimbrel will help the bullpen. So I think they'll be all right there. They got to get the hit, and they got to clean up the errors, and I think they'll be just fine. God bless you. Thank you for your question. And the last question for tonight is, do I believe that the challenge system in baseball is a good system? I do. I believe it's a good system when the catcher and the pitcher or the batter does not believe it was a strike, that they can tap their helmet, and all of a sudden they can go right to the box that's there at the catcher and determine whether the ball got into that box. And if you got it right, it don't count against you, and you get 2 of them a game. I think it's a great thing. And you can see a lot of times the umpire's right, a lot of times he's wrong. So if you're the catcher back there and that ball comes and you know it's a strike, he said ball, you tap your helmet, it's going right to the video. And I think it's a great thing, and it's a real fast thing. It's not like NFL where you got to call 100 million people, stand out there and figure out what's going to happen. Quick, bam, bam, bam. If it's in that box and it shows it touching it, it's a strike or it's a ball. It's a great system. I appreciate it. I think everybody in baseball does, because it gets baseball going quicker. It's just like the pitcher being able to throw back to first base. He can only do that twice. Does it 3rd time, the runner goes. And then the pitcher's only got 30 seconds to throw the ball anymore. He can't stand right there and think about what he wants to eat for supper before he can throw the ball. And he sped up that game from 4 hours now to about 2 hours and a half. They cut an hour and a half of the game off, okay? It's good for baseball. It's good for viewing. Keeps it fast, and that makes it better. So I think it's a great thing. So tonight, tune into that Raise the Flag show. Share our show. Leave a comment, send a question. We'll be glad to answer it for you. Until next show, God bless you. Cowboy out.